Hello. Today I'd like to tell you about procrastination, and actually this is going to be the first of a series of blogs or videos about procrastination, and in particular I'd like to think today about the things that we think or say or the stories that we make up about ourselves that have an impact on procrastination. So if you tend to be avoiding things or not getting on with things, finding it difficult to move forward and feel stuck, then maybe this is for you. Keep watching, just a short video. So what is it that gets in the way? What is it that stops you from doing the things that you want to achieve or move forward with? Maybe the positive changes that you want to make. Quite often I find that with the clients I work with, this is to do with their self-talk. This is to do with the self-criticism that they make of themselves. So I wonder what messages that you are telling yourself that are getting in the way. They might not be messages that you're really conscious of, but when you stop to think about it, you realise that you're telling yourself or building a story up that says something like, if you do this, you'll be a failure. Or maybe you will feel ashamed, or maybe you will feel not good enough. What is it that you're telling yourself? What are the messages that are going on for you that really are building a self-fulfilling downwards vicious cycle? And that means that actually you feel worse about yourself, you feel bad about yourself, and you're even less likely to get on with the things that it is you want to do or to change. Once you've identified what they are, that you're a failure, or that you feel you're a failure, that you feel not good enough, that you feel ashamed, that you're worried that you will look stupid or people won't like you. Once you've identified what it is, that's the first step to changing, because once you make something conscious, once you notice it, it means that you can do something about it. You have a choice, and that gives you power. It means that you can choose to stop those thoughts, stop that belief about yourself. After all, it's highly likely that whilst you're telling yourself these stories, actually the truth is very, very different. That on numerous occasions you have been a success, you've done things well, you haven't looked stupid, you've been good or good enough at what you've done for you to be able to do it again. Once you've noticed what it is that you do that gets in the way, the next step then is to work out what would be a much more helpful story or message to yourself. What would be really positive, helpful self-talk that actually might be nearer to the truth as well? So maybe for you the difference would be to say, I am good enough, or I can do this, or I deserve this, or I'm good at this. It sort of doesn't matter what it is as long as it resonates for you. It might be very different from the examples I've just given you, but it probably is something that's very positive, that's very helpful to move you forward, to open things up for you, and actually nearer to the truth. So then it's simple, not necessarily easy, because once you've noticed the negative self-talk, the self-criticism, once you've chosen something that would be more helpful to say instead, it's then about consciously choosing to say that and to remind yourself of that frequently. And that's harder because chances are for years you've been giving yourself this negative self-talk. So please don't feel that you've failed at the first hurdle if you're not finding this easy. It takes some time, it takes some commitment, it takes some effort, and it takes some repetition. Keep going with giving yourself the positive self-talk, and keep going with noticing when you try and make it negative again and letting go of that. After all, you do deserve to move forward with this. And then see what happens. My guess is, like many of the clients I work with, you'll find things much easier to move forward with. I wish you all the best, and I'll be back to talk about some other strategies and things to think about around procrastination and how to move from that place to a place of action.